I have an article that the fans gave me about Midnight Suns. It's not. It's dead. And it seems like the director really is pissed about everything that happened. He kind of let some stuff slip.
Really? That's interesting.
Seems like
I knew it was dead.
The team seems like they were against the way the pre-purchase was done, the microtransactions and the DLC. They didn't want any of the season pass, the DLC, or the microtransactions.
Well, I think the DLC, based on like the way it's structured, I feel like a lot of that was ripped out of the game directly.
It was. He basically says it.
Yeah.
And about the romance thing. Apparently, everyone has complained to him about the romance thing.
Yeah, no, that is definitely kind of a bit of a sore spot with that. Although it would be hilarious if you could get mods to change that. But I don't think we have any.
I would love for the team to just give the fucking code back. Like, here you go, guys. Do some evil. But it does seem like he left because he was not happy with how everything was handled.
I mean, that was kind of obvious. Even the guys at the executive level said they didn't handle it well in interviews. They said that we should have optimized the release window. Like, we didn't release it when it should have. They didn't get the advertising it probably should have. Like they literally admitted that they fucked up the thing's release.
Yeah, and the other thing he's mad about is that the higher-ups blame the card system for it, and he said while it was a new thing, the card system, you know, because everyone's used to the XCOM from them, he thinks that had it been marketed and handled better, people wouldn't have been thrown off by it. And it does, from what I've been reading, it does seem like he would come back for a second one. If he was given a bit more power.
That was the one thing that people were really... Here's what they should have done, is they should have gone out in front and said the cards are a built-in part of the game, they are not a microtransaction, and you do not spend currency to get them.
He really hates the microtransaction thing.
But that's... Well, there aren't any microtransactions.
Yeah, I get there were planned to. They were going to up until...
I think that's... Yeah, I think that was
it
probably...
It was supposed to be like a whole huge slew of costumes, and I guess because of this not selling well, it just hasn't happened. But yeah, he said apparently most of the team fought against the DLC. They fought against the microtransactions. They apparently were very, very vocal on the pre-release. And there was a lot more he inferred, but it does seem like they wanted to do a lot more stuff. And it was just, they were given a no.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, you know, and I've been hearing it more and more lately because of the Sony stuff with Helldivers and Ghost of Tsushima and the Ubisoft stuff and all this other crap. Is like, don't work... If you're a smaller studio, if there isn't a major benefit for you signing a deal with a publisher, then don't. Just work on the game and release it when it's ready so you don't have to deal with some of the shit that they're going to make you do. Because the other thing, too, is that even though they all disagreed with it, like the people at the studio, you still signed the contract. You still signed the contract.
Here's my question. Does that publisher own... Because I know certain publishers own...
That is a good point. I don't know. I think 2K may own them now, or they did own them at the time. Because I know XCOM is available to the 2K launcher app, so I'm curious about that.
I'd be curious if...
That is a good question, but I'm saying, like, if you have a choice to sign over a property with somebody, and not somebody, you know, buys the company and has it as a satellite company, if you have the option to actually make those types of decisions, make sure that your legal language in those contracts is appropriate, so that you don't get screwed on the back end, and make sure those people are actually going to help your game.
Like, make sure you get a lawyer. A contract lawyer. This is from someone who's worked in media. Get a contract lawyer. And if you are an indie and you were watching this and you are an indie developer, I will tell you 2 very good studios to look at. Publishing studios. Well, 3. We're going to go with DreadX because they are an indie group. They started as an indie game developing group and they became publishers. Well, 4. You got Puppet Combo, who are also very good. I don't know if they're taking new people, but I'm just mentioning people. Tiny Build, I know, is always looking at games, and I have worked with them for years as one of their reviewers. And I have literally only heard one developer complain. It was Yandere Dev, so nobody gives a shit. And Digital Devolver, which I don't know how hard it is to get in with them, but I've also heard very good things about them. So if you're an indie, you tend to want... I would look into those guys before trying to go to somebody big. I know Square used to be pretty good with indies. I don't know how it is right now. I know they're moving away from Western developers. Just to avoid Sony like the fucking plague. You know what? I hope if I hope if Firaxis is owned by 2K, I hope the team that made, because it seems like a lot of the team that made Midnight Suns is leaving. They should open up, if they can, a new studio and maybe try to talk to Disney about getting the rights back for Midnight Suns to do a second one. If it's possible. I don't know how their contract is, so I don't know, but that's something I would like to see. Even if they have to crowdfund it, I would actually put money in.
It says that that Take-Two is their parent company, yes.
Yeah, so they'd have to go and start a whole new company. Which, considering it seems like it's interesting because it also seemed like the team was completely
hang on
divided.
A second. It says Take-Two Interactive as their parent company. Is that the same thing as 2K Games?
2K Take-Two. Yeah, I think it's the same. I get the names confused because there's a 2 in there. But you have to be careful with publishers. And again, I have seen so many people, be it comics, animation, video games, and it's expensive, always get a contract lawyer. Not just any lawyer. Get a lawyer that specializes in contracts. It is not cheap. I can tell you this from experience dealing with it. It will save your life, and it'll be the only way to walk away with rights sometimes. Fuck you, Mouse.
Okay, so Take-Two is 2K is a subsidy of Take-Two. Okay. That's why.
I am not crazy.
So Take-Two owns 2K. They own Dynamiz. I don't even know how to pronounce that shit. Ghost Story Games, NBA 2K League. They have a 50% ownership in that. Nordeus Private Division, Rockstar Games, Social Point, Zynga, and Take2Games.com. Okay, yeah, and Zynga. That's the other one. So yeah, and then XCOM is a subsidy of 2K, and 2K owns.
They own the IP rights, but they own the actual studio itself.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, it's Take-Two owns everything.
They might as well
studios. Oh, sorry. They are Firaxis is directly under them. So they have the 2K game studios, 31st Union, Cat Daddy Games, Cloud Chamber, Firaxis, Hangar 13, HB Studios, and Visual Concepts. They also have plenty of defunct studios.
I hope that the art director and the director himself both go and make a new studio and maybe talk to Disney about getting the rights to Midnight Suns, because honest to God, you can't tease me with Dr. Doom and do this to me. You can't do this to a girl.
Well, here's the other thing, unfortunately, is that Disney also only understands things that make money, and unfortunately, that game did not make nearly the amount of money they wanted it to.
Everyone should go buy it. It's good.
It's always on sale, to be honest. Yeah, there's no reason why you shouldn't be buying it.
It is
a great game, and I think that even the complete version now is still less of a cost than a full game. Get the complete version, by the way. That's the full story. That includes all the DLC and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the DLC, even though they got pissy about the DLC is fun, and it does actually flesh out the story and give you fun characters.
And they do interact in the story, which is great.
Yep, which again leads to the fact it was cut out.
Yep, no, he didn't hide that shit. He is so mad over that game failing. Which I like that. It means it was a passion project for him.
Yeah, and and they got all the right voice actors. They got recognizable voice actors for a lot of those characters. You had good voice actors for your mains. The structure of it was definitely very familiar to people that had played their games before. Like, the mission system was basically a carbon copy of XCOM. The combat was different but fun, and it gave you all those card mechanics and the ability to upgrade them and add extra little things to them that they could do, which was great. It's just, unfortunately, the game has suffered from a couple things. One is that the Marvel brand has been damaged by Disney to an extent, so a lot of people, whenever they see Marvel nowadays, or even back when that game came out a couple years ago, it was just an eye roll and I'm going to pass on this.
Yeah,
which sucked.
Remember my reaction to it at first?
Yeah, no, I remember what your reaction to it was, and mine too. And then I caved. I'm like, you know what? It's Firaxis. I got to give them a shot. I gotta buy it, and I bought it and loved it. And I said, you have to play this.
I liked it so much I went and bought a PlayStation 5 version. Which, by the way, I had to go 3 cities out to find it. That's how much it was sold out around here.
Damn.
Yeah, they didn't have any in stock. No stored it. It was crazy.
God. Yeah, I mean, it is sad that I know we're not going to get another one, but I mean, it's also the fact that, like, we kind of expected that.
I want to play more.
I knew that was going to piss you off, too.
Ah, I was so mad. I don't remember what my reaction on the stream was, but I was so mad.
I think you just started screaming "fuck you" at the screen when you realized that Doctor Doom was supposed to be the next major villain they were going to have to battle, and then they're just like, nope, we're cutting it off.
It's like, you very rarely get a good Doctor Doom in games and media in general. And maybe we finally had a potential for, like, a proper Doctor Doom from the comics. And you took it from me. And then you took my Blade and Carol wedding. God damn it, I need to see how bad that goes. Because it's a comic book wedding and it can't be happy. I just want to see Angry Blade.
Deadpool is going to pop out of the cake.
Oh, yeah, no, he's going to be the one that tries to put the bride's face in the cake.
Damn it, Wade!
No, everyone just steps back and lets what happens next happen.
Peter's going to cry because Peter always cries at weddings. We
probably get a proper version of MJ. Which, by the way, is some of the cutest stuff in the game.
That would be funny. That would be funny if everybody brings their +1s. That would be even better.
Yeah, I'd actually be curious. I would really like to see that. It's like...
You'd have to have Peter and MJ. Wolverine would be there by himself because he's Wolverine. Eddie would just have the symbiote, like the head coming out of the side of his shoulder or something.
Oh, no, the symbiote would have like a little bow tie.
Sure, why not? It would have the collar part of it, like the collar part of a tux, but nothing else, like the white and then the black.
That's what I was thinking.
But it's just the Venom symbiote, like, simulating that. Oh god, Storm would have to bring back Black Panther, even though I know people don't like that pairing. They're still technically married in that universe.
I never had an issue with that pairing.
A lot of people didn't like it because they thought it was, like, they thought, like, okay, I don't feel like Storm would take this pathway. Like, this seems kind of weird. That's what I've heard from Wep, because I know he had problems with it, but he said it just felt like, oh, we're just putting the two black characters together because reasons.
Honestly, I feel like she would force Black Panther to do more for the rest of Africa and stuff.
I think that is kind of what happened, if I remember
That's why correctly. I kind of like them, and I feel like, if I remember, didn't they actually fall in love?
They were married. They got married.
Well, it was like a marriage of...
They had thing when they were younger, and then there was like a big time gap, and then they got back together, and that's when they got married.
Yeah, I like that. And then you have Thor showing up because they kept teasing Thor's ass.
Yeah, and Thor. So wait a minute, who does Thor bring though? Does he bring Valkyrie or Sif? Because one of those chicks is going to be really pissed at him afterwards.
Sif.
Okay, fair enough. I think he should bring Valkyrie because of the blondness, but
it's whoever. If we're going comic canon, it depends.
Better he just brings them both. It's a ladies' night.
Yeah, no, he's just gonna show he's king. He's gonna whip that dick out by bringing both girls. It's a wedding; they'll enjoy it.
Captain America would have to bring Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
If that's a thing currently, or if he's single, then I guess he's showing up there to troll ass. The Hunter should bring Scarlet Witch. Come on, that has to happen. Otherwise, it's Quicksilver and it gets weird.
No. Hunter and Wanda definitely. Or Nico would totally go with.
Well, actually, no. Technically, everybody needs a +1, so she could technically invite Quicksilver. So Quicksilver could be there.
It doesn't matter who anyone invites. Everyone's just gonna hang out with Hunter.
Yeah, because that's just what winds up happening in all those. Robbie's just there with the car.
No, Robbie would bring his brother.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he would bring his brother in the wheelchair.
And introduce him to Tony, which I think would be a really cute scene, honestly.
Tony gave him a magic wheelchair.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely.
It transforms into a mech suit.
You'd have Hulk there with a cute little bow
tie. Tony would have multiple women there. No, Tony would bring Black Widow.
Yeah, I could see that. Black Widow would probably be down
for a wedding? No. You want to go to a wedding with me also paying you $2 million? Yes.
Nick Fury's there. No one's questioning it.
Yeah, nobody questions that. The Storms would have to be invited. You'd have to like invite in some of the characters you'd have in the next game.
Yeah, you'd have to lead into the wedding throughout the game. So whoever the mains are for that game would be going to it.
That is true. You're gonna have to have some fantastic.
Dracula shows up, but this time, as angry as
he still has the same.
He's got the steak and he's got a present and it's not even fucking explained. He brought a present because it's still a wedding.
Just shut up. I'm going back in my coffin. God.
Let us
Magic would have to bring Colossus.
Oh yeah, she'd totally bring her brother.
Who else we got on that roster? Robbie, Nico. Who would Nico bring?
One of the other Runaways, maybe?
Maybe.
No, Hunter Nico might just chill with Hunter.
Yeah, she might just be trolling there for some match. She'll hook up with Captain America later.
Hell yeah. I'm down with this. Let us write the game.
Who else would have been? I know I'm missing characters here.
I mean, you got some of the...
Oh, Deadpool would be trolling. Deadpool would definitely be trolling.
I don't think
he's married at this point.
Deadpool would try, but he'd be... Blade would totally have him with a sword, through the chest, up on a wall, far away from the wedding.
Yeah, I can see that completely.
Absolutely wouldn't deal with that shit.
Oh god.
No, you put in the dating mechanic, so depending on who you start romancing is who you get to bring. But it doesn't matter because everyone wants to hang with you.
I'm just trying to think of what like the alternate versions of those would be. Because then what do you have?
You know, Caretaker and Agatha would go.
Yeah, no, they'd have to go as a couple. That would definitely be something.
Also, can I just say that couple? Because you can tell Agatha is the best mom.
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell who's the mom and who's the dad in that kind of relationship. Also, I hate Caretaker.
I know, that's why Agatha is so much... that's why they make Agatha so much better.
Yes, that is true. The Hulk. He'd probably just bring Betty.
Yeah, it'd be...
But is she the Red She-Hulk yet? That would be funnier, is if they both showed up like that. Either that or if Betty's kind of off on the mend, then he brings She-Hulk.
I wonder if She-Hulk would go.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
I could see her and Carol being friends, so I can totally see that.
Maybe she's the one that's signing the marriage certificate?
Yeah. Oh, you could have Nightcrawler as the priest.
Oh, God. No, you could. You could. That would be funny. He just, like, bamps in with the Bible. So I'm late.
Does it? Bamps out to go get some... Everyone's just going to go get some cake.
Nightcrawler would be a fun one to have in a Midnight Suns game. There's a lot of fun mechanics you can do with him.
I love Nightcrawler.
I mean, we've already gone over, like, all the ones that you could add to the game that would be ridiculous. And all the shit you could add to... All the stuff that they teased in those fucking tarot cards.
I want a copy of those tarot cards. I'm still pissed they haven't actually made those.
The Silver Surfer, Galactus...
Reed shows up, everyone just glares, he turns around, walks away whistling. It's like, alright, I get it, everyone else can stay, I'm out.
Somebody just finds Hank Pym beating his wife in the bathroom.
Shit, I almost took a drink. You'd have all the Avengers there, obviously. Even the lesser known ones.
All the shitty ones, yeah, would also have to show up, like Wonder Man.
You get the Guardians showing up, like it's a big
Oh no,
deal.
that would be great! You have Wonder Man show up to the Blade Carol wedding where they used to bang.
Oh, he would totally piss Blade off into a fight.
He's an asshole too, and he can't die. He can turn himself into raw energy so he can't die.
It gets so much worse. No, it gets so much worse. He'd be hanging with Deadpool, causing so much shit.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That is the other problem, too, if you have, like, a superhero wedding, is, like, half the people in the crowd are going to be your exes.
Here's the question, though. Where are we having the wedding? Are we having it at the Abbey?
Yes, of course.
I mean, it is a really pretty setting for that, honestly.
Yeah, you can have it in the little chapel area and have a slow little thing filled up and just make sure all the rooms are closed and nobody smells Logan's dirty laundry. And then you can go to the bar afterwards, and Tony can pretend that he's drinking, but not actually drink, but actually drink. And then stupid people can throw shit into the demon in the fucking forge in the basement.
Forge Demon is totally gonna make a present for them, and then yell about wanting to be free as he talks into Tony's ear. That was my favorite when Hunter's like, Tony, are you joking, or are you actually hearing that? Because that's a problem. And he never confirms or denies it. I was like, should we move Tony away? Oh, I know how to make it worse. Tony brings Vision for the first time.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, then introduce him to Scarlet Witch. That's gonna end well.
Yep. Yep.
I want your ass.
We were playing a video game. See, we're nerds. Sorry, guys. I really like that game. Like,
we're gonna cut that whole part out.
Are you fucking joking? No, we're not. That just adds more time.
Make a separate video then. Why would you do that to these people? That's like 15 minutes, 20 minutes of their lives gone.
I don't give a fuck. You're watching my shit, Mike. You're watching my cancerous videos.
Make it a separate video.
That means I have to edit, if I remember.
You have to clip it, that's it.
Fine. Here, I'll do this.